I'm Tom Baker, this is Chasing Cars, and this is the new Ford Ranger.
You get mad when I ask what you're doing. Got me up all night, just feeling stupid. If you're wondering where you are and why we play this same game every other weekend. With my heart in the palm of your hand, tear it all apart. Why let me do it? This is just so typical. I'm sick of love. We're never second enough.
I'm going to be seeing the new Ranger tonight, so I'll have a hands-on walk around for you guys very shortly. But for now, we can show you this excellent footage of the new T6.2 Ford Ranger, which is set to arrive here in Australia in the middle of 2022. Largely based on the same T6 platform that has underpinned the Ford Ranger mid-size pickup, as Ford calls it, since 2011, the T6.2 is 50mm wider than the T6.1, and several of the hard points have actually changed. The front wheels are 50mm further towards the front of the car, largely because Ford say that under the skin, they've targeted a more consistent ride quality on-road and better articulation for superior off-roading, but that only scratches the surface of the changes to the new Ford Ranger. We'll come back to the radically differentiated design in a minute. The big one that everyone has been waiting for is the confirmation of V6 power for the Ranger. A 3-litre turbo diesel V6 will be offered on high specification versions of the Ranger, and not just the Raptor. This wild track pictured is going to get it as well. Ford haven't confirmed specific outputs, but they're very likely to be 190 kilowatts of power and 600 newton meters of torque, with the 3-litre power stroke diesel taken out of service from the Ford of America F-150 large pickup truck that we don't get here in Australia. The 3-litre V6 actually is a product of the Ford PSA Lion powertrain group, so it's seen service here in Australia before in 2.7-litre capacity in the Territory SUV, but also as a 3-litre V6 in plenty of Jaguar and Land Rover products, as well as Peugeot and Citroen cars. So there's quite a lot of provenance behind this 3-litre. It isn't an all-new design, but that's not exactly surprising given the trajectory that diesel engines are on in much of the world. That being said, V6 diesel utes in vehicles like the Volkswagen Amarok have been quite a hit here in Australia, and undoubtedly it is going to give the Ranger a lift in T6.2 form when it arrives in about 6 months. Ford was very keen to talk up the effortless performance of the V6 diesel in the online reveal of the T6.2 Ranger, but it will be joined in the market by a 2-litre turbo diesel 4-cylinder, both in familiar bi-turbo guise, where it will probably continue to make 157 kilowatts of power at 500 newton meters of torque, but it will also come in a new single turbo layout, replacing the 2.2-litre 4-cylinder diesel entry point of the T6.1 Ranger, while there was no mention of the outgoing 3.2-litre 5-cylinder, which has now likely been retired. Some variants of the Ranger will continue to be rear-wheel drive, and there is a classic passive four-wheel drive system available, but high-specification Rangers will now move to an automated four-wheel drive system that can be left in 4A mode all the time, much like on a Mitsubishi Triton with its Super Select system, or an all-wheel drive Volkswagen Amarok. No more driving around on tarmac in 2-wheel drive while having to change to 4-wheel drive on the rough stuff. Instead, it intelligently allocates torque front and rear as necessary. A 10-speed automatic transmission will be exclusively paired to the V6 diesel, while the 4-cylinders will have a choice of manual and automatic. While it's built in Thailand for Australia, the Ranger continues to be developed right here down under by Ford Australia in Melbourne. The entire suspension was done here, and Ford have targeted more consistent ride quality on-road, whether the vehicle is laden or not. Specifics like payload and towing have not yet been confirmed for the T6.2, though we don't expect major changes in this area over the T6.1. However, in terms of the payload you can actually fit in the vehicle, the 50mm increase to the track and the overall width of the vehicle means you can now get a pallet in between the wheel arches of the tray. That's likely something Volkswagen insisted upon, who are sharing the T6.2 platform for the second generation Amarok that launches sometime after the Ranger here in Australia. But one thing about the Ranger that's impossible to ignore is the new Built Ford Tough design language of this vehicle, completely changing the aesthetic of the T6.1 to a fascia that is far bolder, more aggressive, and arguably more American. the T6.2 Ranger will be totally unmissable when it hits the road here in Australia. Ford have released studio photographs of a base XL, the XLS, the XLT, and the Wildtrak, while another Raptor is coming and will be discussed at a later date. But really across the range, the Ranger looks beefier and bolder than ever before, with this orange Wildtrak in particular wearing the new styling particularly well, in my opinion. It may look like things like the doors carry over, but they actually haven't. There's a pretty dramatic restyling of the vehicle from all areas, and even things like the amount of visual weight and heft of the metal over the rear wheel arch have been reduced, making this look kind of leaner while yet more aggressive and muscular. I don't know, I quite like it though. Design is subjective. You can let me know what you think down below the video. Moving inside, the T6.2 Ranger gets an interior set to see it through to the end of the decade. Dominated by a 12-inch vertical touchscreen, the Ranger moves up in terms of technological sophistication, while high-specification variants have a considerable additional amount of soft-touch materials, Ford says, reflecting the fact that variants like the XLT are increasingly purchased by people for significant private use rather than just using it for commercial purposes or on the worksite. That being said, more rough and ready, durable entry-level variants will continue to be offered on the Ranger. Speaking of seeing this vehicle through to the end of the decade, the T6.2 platform that underpins this new Ranger, as well as the next Everest and the American market Ford Bronco, is fully capable of electrification. And Ford says they'll have more to say about future propulsion technologies for the Ranger at a later date. But it's very likely that we'll see an electric Ranger either as a full battery electric vehicle or some kind of sophisticated hybrid in the coming years. Ford openly acknowledges that this is a response to both changing customer demand. They say customers who might own a hybrid or a full EV already will expect the same thing from their ute in future. It's also a response to what Ford says are changing legislative requirements, which will mean that they have to sell an electrified Ranger in many markets, possibly even here in Australia. So we're very likely to get a hybrid or electric Ranger in future. The T6.2 Ranger will be built in Thailand for Australia and will launch in our market in mid-2022, according to Ford's local communications boss. Now, I'll be interacting hands-on with the new Ranger very shortly, and I'll bring you a full walk around of what I see at that point. But for now, hopefully this is a bit of a snack, telling you more about the 2022 Ford Ranger on the T6.2 platform. Let me know all your thoughts down below this video. Is this a ute you'll be considering? Do you think it's a significant upgrade? While you're down there, make sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell. And as always, thanks for watching Chasing Cars.